After realizing that toddler sports just was not vibing with us, I started researching some other options. And honestly, there are so many other things that are available to kids that are more developmentally appropriate for this age, especially if your kid is like mine and loves to move but also hates being told what to do. And in this video, I'm sharing the activities that we really liked and kept coming back to that were honestly way less pressure and way more fun for my toddler and also for us. The first one that we tried that we loved was a forest school. My son was still really little, so we did the mommy and me version, and it was really nice. We were outside the whole time. They had some light structure. For example, here's a little basket of leaves. Everyone picked one out. Let's go and find the tree that leaf belongs to. This was in Northeast Tennessee, beautiful forested area, so we are surrounded by trees. There's a running creek with lots of different Montessori style pouring tools, watering cans, maybe some little natural musical instruments and drums, with a little teepee tent for them to play hide and seek in. They also had Montessori tools like a digging and gardening section, and it was super chill, and kids weren't really expected to participate in any particular thing, but the options were always there if they wanted to. So it was very child-led and just really low pressure. The second was farm school. Basically forest school, but just set on a farm. They sort of had a three-pronged setup. So in one section, they had a big barn, and the director there usually had some kind of really fun little themed craft to do. And then in another section was the animal husbandry section, which had really cute, smaller farm animals like goats and pigs and chickens and little rabbits for the kids to learn about. They would brush them, they would feed them, they would learn about the animals. And then they had more of a sensory area with a mud kitchen, and there was also a little garden, more just for free play. And the coolest thing was nobody cared if your kid wanted to skip half the activities. I know mine would usually beeline for the free play area and get into something wet and sticky in the mud kitchen. And honestly, that flexibility worked so well for us. I will say both forest and farm schools can be a little bit pricey, but I think they're comparable with more of a private sports option. And to us, it felt way more worth it because my son was actually going. But I know not everyone has a forest or farm school option, so here are other things that I've also explored that have worked really well. The first are just local playgroups. You can search on Facebook for your local area. Sometimes they'll have playgroups broken down by your kids' ages, or if you prefer a mixed age, those are available too. They usually look something like they rotate a park every week, or maybe they even have special events. And it's just really low key, and nobody cares if you show up halfway late because your baby has a different nap schedule or someone's having a tantrum. Another option could be homeschool co-ops. Even if you're not planning on homeschooling down the line when your kids are super little, you can just join a homeschool co-op. It's usually very parent-led and very cooperative, so every parent takes a turn leading a lesson or a little short activity that's developmentally appropriate for the day. And it's nice because you get to see the same families, you get to see the same kids, and again, it's super, super low pressure. And if you don't have one in your area, you can just start one. I actually started one, and it was super easy, and it was really nice just to see the same families come every week. You can check out open gym times at your local gymnastics studio without actually signing up for the classes. Trampoline parks, indoor play zones, children's museums, or honestly any museum because they're gonna walk a lot. They have soft play cafes. There could also be indoor rock climbing gyms that have an area for smaller kids. There's splash pads, or there's also swimming during an open family hour at your gym, nature trails and hiking, and also botanical gardens or arboretums. And if it's a rainy day or you're low on cash or you just don't feel like leaving the house, you don't have to do that either. We've set up some sandboxes or just a digging area with a bunch of dirt in our yard. And trust me, digging in the dirt for 60 minutes with a giant shovel, great way to burn off some of that boy energy. You could also do mini trampolines, you could do balance bikes or regular bikes, or you could even do something like we did and get a giant climbing dome for the backyard. Sometimes I'll even set up obstacle courses at home with just random furniture that we have at home, things that he can crawl under. If you have a couch that's kind of like the Nugget, has little pieces, and you can organize them so they can jump over some or balance on others. Basically just anything where free movement is the goal, not them conforming or complying or following a set of rules. And honestly, some of my son's favorite activities are not related to classes at all. We'll just go on walks and he'll climb the neighbor's brick landscaping in their front yard. He loves climbing on his climbing dome in the backyard, just digging for hours, doing some water play in his water table. And I'll also task him with carrying the heaviest, most giant loads of laundry. It's usually the simpler things that are most enjoyable for all of us. I think once I stopped trying to force my toddler to do things that looked good on paper, I started to notice how many other things he really enjoys. Sports will always be there. I say for now he's 3 years old, just let him be a feral, diggy monkey creature.